So I want to start this video by saying that this is not for any other purpose other than exposure. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for handouts. You won't find a GoFundMe in the description or linked anywhere. This is just me wanting to expose not only this individual, but this type of behavior when it comes to just our hobby in general. So let's rewind about 4 to 5 weeks. I just launched a brand new mystery pack, the Rocket Pack that I was really excited about. I really tried hard on it. It was, things are crazy right now in the hobby, as you know, but people seem to really like it. And it was just kind of like any other thing that I've sold. It was just I was doing the sales were coming in, the labels and all this stuff, and the sale comes in for this person. We'll just call them Cody. I can't release their full name, and I'll disclose that later because there's certain things that are happening. And it was for 35 packs. Or 33 packs. It was a good amount. It came out to over $3,000, close to $3,500, and then priority shipping, all this stuff. So it was their first time buying. I naturally went and started to, look at their email, the shipping address. I've been scammed before, and never for this amount. $7,000 is a lot of money for anyone, including myself, unless you're insanely rich. I went to their email, it checked out, phone number, area code, matched the ship to address, the shipping and the billing address were the same. So, naturally I would get a couple hundred orders. So, but with what Shopify is already screening, I catch 99.99% if there's ever any type of scamming going on. Now it's going to be 100% because I'm going to run every sale through a different software that catches everything, right? So, but all of those were usually caught. This individual had a way to kind of circumvent these natural blocks. And the reason why I think that is, most of the time, I feel like scammers are, it's very obvious what they're doing. After doing a little bit of digging, the email that was on the sale was called Bubble Beam Breaks. Okay. So for our, industry, that's very common, right? It's it's a common Pokémon, move. It's well known. It's, whatever. So it was Bubble Beam Breaks at iCloud.com, right? That was the email. So I went and mind you, this was also when I was, when I was looking at everything checked out. They had IG, everything, right? So I shipped the product and then they reordered, which isn't unnatural. So I shipped that product. Total comes out to over $7,000. Fast forward about 4 to 5 weeks to last night. I was laying with my daughter. I was putting my daughter to bed, and my email started going off. And I was getting all these emails saying that, a fraud had happened. And I started panicking. My daughter was like, "What's wrong?" And I kind of like, everything got elevated. So I kind of jumped up and I'm like looking at it. And this person had charged back all of those sales. And they simply said that the product was not satisfactory. And naturally, the selling platform always sides with the seller. Or I'm sorry, sides with the buyer, just like eBay, and instantly extracts that money. And now we're in a limbo, kind of like where I have to dispute. So now I'm seriously panicking because that's a lot of money. That's a huge, I was gutted and fully just in a weird place mentally that this would happen. And I go to start looking, I go back, I remember, I'm like, I remember this. I remember this guy. you know? And it was it got taken down, and I'm like, oh no. Like that was my first, like, you know, they had an Instagram up and then it went down. This goes back to my point of why I think they were able to circumvent. I think this was someone in the community that tried to do their own thing. They failed, and then they simply resorted to scamming. I start going to tags for bubble beam breaks in Instagram, and I come to find like comment sections saying, "You scammed my friend. You scammed my the shop that I work at." Like all these things, and where the other people are airing their grievances on Instagram, and I got this crazy just like knot in my stomach, and I still have it right now. You know, no sleep last night, and now I'm like, what do I do? And I'm like reeling. You know, I go back to the original sale and I look up the address that they have, and it's somehow a hotel that was turned into an apartment building. And I'm able to check this dude's total history. I have his name, phone number, address, if it's not a proxy. And he's been at a hotel for 10 years. 10 years is what it looks like. I have it was seriously just, I was blown away. I was just literally blown away. And then reading all these other stories of these people that had also, you know, been taken advantage of, it was nauseating, you know? So yeah, that's the long and the short of it is this individual. I don't know if you guys are it was my first time ever hearing of them the first time that they ordered, but bubble beam breaks. So that's the first part. Okay. The first part is exposure. My second part is action. And I know that, you know, I wanted to come on here and, you know, be all pissed off and like, you know, throw threats around, but that's just not gonna serve any good purpose, you know? So rather than that, I have an incredible circle of friends around me that are willing to help and, you know, instantly rose to the occasion. And I'm sure videos are going to be going out about this. I hope that this person is brought to justice, is exposed, brought to light, whether it's through our own means, because we have our ways, you know, as people in the hobby where we can expose people. There's channels that do that. There's people that are very good at doing that, and they have that info, because I have all the info. And what I have done, I made a little list, okay? And if you're watching this bubble beam breaks, this is my promise to you. And some of the promises I've already come through on. This situation has been reported to the FBI. Little did you know that I have friends in multiple departments, including the FBI, that are now privy to what's going on here. The U.S. Postal Inspector, the Federal Trade Commission, because the amount is over the threshold. And not only that, you crossed state lines, which adds a new wrinkle to the situation. It counts as a federal crime because of that, okay? So this adds more resources to the people inspecting or that looking into it as a scam. It gives them more, I guess, ammunition from how I understood it, or more ability to come after you. And the maximum penalty for this is 10 years. So that's what I've been told. I know your name, your address, multiple phone numbers, your family. All of this stuff was easily findable on the internet. And now they have all of this information. I've also found other victims who have they've alerted the authorities, I think at a minimum, but I think they've created reports on it. I haven't confirmed that, but I just started a dialogue with them. And then it falls under Code 18 USC Federal Criminal, which is credit card scams, and then knowingly using credit cards to scam businesses. So I guess it falls under that. I mean, this is just the beginning. So my promise to you is I'm going to follow through on all of this to all of my abilities. And my hope is, number one, that you're brought to justice. And number two, if you're not, hopefully this will keep others from being scammed, because I know you're doing it to other people. I haven't confirmed yet. I've asked Nick Pokerev if he has. Ryan doesn't know of this person, but he sounds familiar. But he, he doesn't sell stuff as nearly as much as me and Nick do. But that could be another one. And yeah, man, shame on you. I'm disgusted. You've set me back mentally and just emotionally, and obviously financially. You've set me back like so far, and it's a fight or flight situation, I feel like, and I am going to see this all the way through. And anyone that's watching this, if you have any information, bring it forward, please. And I will use it to the best of my ability to bring this person to justice. And that's my promise. It's just, it feels bad, man. It feels bad that I'm making a video like this and this has happened. Because I've been taken advantage of before. Even in my own Discord, it's happened. It's happened to me and it's my own fault. In the beginning, it was my own fault a lot because I just kind of took it at face value and I just believed people and I just just not, expect the best intentions. But it feels bad, man. This feels bad. And yeah, so I hope this helps someone. And I wish I could give you guys more information, but the state that I live in also has rules on doxing people no matter what they've done to you. So I don't want to cross any of those lines. And I'm going to leave this to the pros. And I hope to God that something comes of this. And I'll follow up if it does. So thank you guys for listening if you made to the end of the video. And again, like I said, reach out to me, DM me on Instagram or email or whatever if you have experienced anything like this with this individual. And I will try to help you out as much as I can along with the case that I have going and myself. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. I love you guys. And we'll just rebuild and come back stronger, man. All right. Thank you guys. See ya.